Alright, Demon Slayer Episode 4, Final Selection. If you like analytical/philosophical reviews, make sure to subscribe. I think the first important thing about this episode is the boulder. We learned that it's the largest, toughest boulder to slice, and Tanjiro ended up slicing it, and Mr. Urodaki even called him remarkable. So Tanjiro is set up to become easily one of the strongest Demon Slayers later on in the show. We also learned a bit of new information. We learned that the more people the demons eat, the stronger they get. And it was said before that the more powers demons get, they can even use magic or strange spells sometimes. And this episode for sure introduced a supernatural aspect to the show. Because the two masked children, at first I thought they were in Tanjiro's head in the last episode, but now we learned that they are actual people, and they're talking about if he can defeat the main demon. So there is kind of a supernatural aspect now, because we see that these two children are now ghosts. I like when he got to the summit for the final selection, and they said he has to survive for 7 days, and we see Tanjiro not hesitating, he takes a step forward. And we also see Tanjiro, he hesitates for a bit, but he overcomes it, and he saves the guy from the morph demon. So we see that Tanjiro has nothing but courage, and he's able to overcome his fears. And there was a quote by Sabito that I thought was pretty interesting. He says, "No matter how hard you try, it's never enough." So I think this just describes the Demon Slayer life. They've been around for 600 years, and they're still fighting demons. There's never an end to it. So Tanjiro is set up to be in a life of struggle when he becomes a Demon Slayer. He will never stop fighting, and he will always try to beat the demons, but it's never ending. I think the most interesting thing about this episode is we learn that the morph demon killed Sabito, and that Mr. Urodaki sealed him away 47 years ago, and he's killed about 50 people and 13 of Urodaki's disciples. And the way he identifies them is he sees the fox mask, and he knows that they're hand-carved by Urodaki. So this makes a big question come into play. Why is Mr. Urodaki always giving them this mask? He's basically sending off his disciples to death. He's giving them a death sentence. So I can't really think of a good reason why he would do this. The only thing that comes to my mind is that he wants to find that one student that will overcome and beat him and become a great, great Demon Slayer. And we kind of see that in Tanjiro. So maybe it paid off, but he still had to kill off 12 of his disciples to do that. So I don't know if a master would really do that to his disciples. So we're really unsure why he's been doing it. I mean, he knows what's happening, so he's doing it on purpose. And then we see the demon taunts him by describing the death of one of the masked children. And Tanjiro falls for it. You see he kind of loses control and charges in. And Sabito says his breathing's uneven. So I think this is a growing point for Tanjiro. I'm sure he's going to look back on it and realize he lost control. The Demon Slayer that's going to be the best is the one who stays calm and in control of the situation. And Tanjiro can't lose his cool like that. And at the end we see that Tanjiro has been the only person to even come close to defeating this demon. He slices through the neck. And that's probably why Urodaki made him slice that giant boulder, the largest boulder to ever be sliced, because he knows that he's going to have to fight that demon. So with all this, slicing the boulder, defeating the demon that no one could beat in 47 years, I mean, Tanjiro is primed for excellence now. He's primed to be one of the top Demon Slayers. Overall, I thought this was the best episode so far. We learned a lot. We had a great fight. And we see Tanjiro is now primed to be the best Demon Slayer there's going to be. And that just means he's going to fight more, and he's going to fight stronger demons in the future episode. I'm going to do a review on Demon Slayer every week, so if you like this type of analytical, philosophical reviews, make sure to like the video and subscribe.